Good everyone, Organized Video, and today we have a carry that I had in the French P-39 Q-25 Battle Pass vehicle. Now, I was probably one of the first to actually unlock this thing that didn't pay for the Battle Pass, because yeah, I didn't pay for it, that's why I was able to get it so quick. Um, all I did was just grind my arse off, do pretty much every challenge apart from the shitty naval ones, and I was just able to make up for that by just grinding through these special tasks, logging in daily, doing all my dailies, and that's the key to mastering these battle passes. Is as long as you don't overdo it and make it so that you can't get the vehicles that you want, um, you should be fine. I was able to grind this out pretty quickly, and Harry even said like, well, if you're gonna go for this, you might not be able to do Operation Summer. Sure, I feel tired as fuck, but that's because I just didn't sleep last night because fucking hell Christ, it was a warm night. And my hay fever was horrendous as well, so that was fun. Um, this is definitely something that was just nice to have, and of course, being at level 60, I was able to get myself another toy. Some of you may laugh, but I've actually had quite a bit of fun with this thing. This is the Independent, but of course, we're not here to discuss this. I just figured I'd bring this up anyway. So of course, those of you who are coming to this video may have come in looking for like a P-39 review or something like that, because obviously this is the Battle Pass vehicle. Um, Personally, I don't know if it's worth it. It's a good plane in a down tier. It's pretty capable at its own tier. It's when you get into 4-7 matches, they tend to be pretty rough. And although this match I'm going to show you is a 4-7 match, take it with a grain of salt because I got a lot of luck in this battle. I'll fully admit that. And I do have to say that even though this plane is capable, you'd probably be better off buying the French P-47 or the French Yak-3, purely because I think those planes would do better. And for a rank 3 premium, the rewards are actually rather low. Which, if you look here, we've got obviously I'm not running premium account, so 272% RP booster, 320% SL. But if I just move my MS406 and get up my French Yak, there's quite a big difference in, well, not as much the RP, but the SL payout. The SL is extremely low for a rank 3 plane. I don't know if it's just me, but that seems pretty low. And then we take a look at the French P-47. 296 by 380. Sure, that's not amazing, but it's better than 320. And whilst the Yak isn't the best, it still pays the best. So this is my shout, personally, but like I say, I don't think this is a bad plane. I just wouldn't advise it when this tends to do the job a bit better. Sure, its repair cost has gone up, which it quite frankly deserves it because this thing is a UFO, but this thing just doesn't suit 4-7 matches, unfortunately. What you got to remember is it's not a King Cobra. It has the power of a P-39Q. It's not a King Cobra. Sure, it's got a King Cobra's prop, well, close enough. It's just not that big of a difference compared to the actual P-63s that are at this BR and can handle themselves better at both higher altitudes and in 4-7 matches. So there you go, that's my brief review of the P-39 Q-25. Of course, I'm not, like, don't take it as a full review. If you really want to watch another review sort of thing, go look at someone else because they will cover it in detail more. But that's my brief review. So, let's get into the battle and let's take a look at this carry. All I will say is this one was quite hard to pull off. I got a lot of luck, and most importantly, I had to really think about what to do during this battle. Now, what really helped was there was actually a enemy fail squad who decided to bring a P-40F along, which, I mean, it's a good play for 2-7, but not in a 4-7 match. And you're going to see just how much luck was actually required in this match. Now, I do spawn in a little late. I believe I was actually pouring myself a drink in this. Not alcohol, for anyone's asking. I ain't touched alcohol since the start of 2020. Once this year is over and the lockdowns are all lifted, I'm having a fucking beer. I don't care what anyone says. I think I've earned it. So taking off, nothing really to say, it's just going to be a couple of minutes of climbing. And as you can see on the enemy team, we have some quite heavy hitters. I mean, we have an F8, we have a BF-110 G2, we have an ITP, a couple of 109 G2s, an I-185, and also a ME-264. Not looking great, is it? But then you look at some of the planes on my team, and you may be thinking, Joe, why would you have to carry with some of these planes? We have a Paramersky, we have the new P-51 C11, which, for those that are curious, I'm going to be getting that in November sale. Because Jane Sprite, one of my subs, actually gave me 5,000 GE, which, honestly, just to say here, you're an absolute legend. You've done the same with Harry, and I haven't really addressed it that much, but all I will say is, thank you so much. It's going to enable me to do a lot more reviews for you guys, which I know my reviews are very helpful, so that's what really means a lot to me, that someone really wants to support that. I've already compiled a list, I've already done the maths, and I know what I'm going to be getting during the November sale. The Mustang is going to be one of them. Harry's going to be getting the, well, I think he's already got it, and I wouldn't be surprised if by the time this video comes out, he's already got his little Hobbit impressions on it. So, here we go, but this is the start of the carry. It's just me and a Wyvern left as I climb to high altitude, which this plane doesn't do well at high altitude, but I just climb anyway. And this is now a 2 versus 7. If you saw the replay description and how many air kills I got, I think you can guess who's doing all the work here. So, let's begin. Starting off with the 185. And attempted to kill P-40. I do score a crit with a 37, but that's kill number 1 on the I-185. It's now 2v6. This was definitely something to, like, be excited about, because, like, I know this sounds weird, but, like, when you're under pressure and the adrenaline just kicks in, you tend to get a little bit in over your head, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. But that's the thing, like, you've got to think in that sort of way, and as you can see, the Wyvern's not exactly being smart about it. And I'm choosing to engage the ITP here. I do score a crit, which is going to matter later, but as you can see, I've got a Vamp Bat on my ass, the Romanian G2 BF-109. He chooses to break off, though. And I'm not sure why, because he could have easily caught me in the climb, could have very easily killed me, but I suppose that's his choice. Now, of course, there is still the matter of the BF-109s down there. There's the P-63, which I was also worried about, but now that it's been reduced a little bit, and I forgot to mention the P-40F did go down a couple of seconds ago. Vamp Bat goes for a head-on. I do score a crit, and so does the P-63. I don't score a crit, but I do score a single hit. And this is where I'm going to have to play a little bit more smart, because I can't keep taking head-ons. Sure, the firepower's nice on this thing, but there's only so much I can do. I dodged out the way of the F4. I believe he was running gun pods. I'm not entirely sure. I personally didn't really notice, and even if he did, he was probably running stealth. Now, my main worry here was, can the P-63 catch me? I wanted to deal with the ITP, because we know how good those things can farm. And I wanted to get rid of it, because the ITP is a devil at ground strike. Well, not anymore, but you catch my drift. That's going to be kill number 3. In case you were wondering what my team was doing, they were discussing the Denmark player who collapsed. I think his name was Christian Ferguson or something like that. I don't watch football. Never really have, but I've heard the guy's recovering well, so that's at least something positive. But my team was discussing the guy, and they weren't really paying much attention, really. So there was one rude guy here, Sidney Smith, who was the guy in the Wyvern, being crying like a bitch. That was quite harsh to me, because like reading that in the chat after seeing everything on the news and Twitter and everything, yeah. But that's not what we're here to discuss. I just thought I'd bring that up in case anyone was curious how bad my team was and the reason behind it. So, continuing on, the P-63A5 is out of ammunition. I'm not sure how you managed to spray all your ammo with P-63 that quick, but that's his choice. And this leaves me with the Vantbat, who's shortly going to crash, which I was actually... Oh, that was a godsend. If that thing had to crash, I'd have probably lost this. But the F4 is currently returning to base, and there's also a ME-264 who's currently rearming at the enemy airfield. And there goes the Vantbat for kill number 4. That kill right there pretty much guaranteed this carry. Now, I say guaranteed, there is still a 264, we know what those things look like. But I figured I'd mention that anyway. So, putting it to 8 times speed, obviously I didn't really chat with the Wyvern pilot. He wasn't exactly useful in this match. He didn't really contribute much. He distracted a couple of enemies and bombed like 2 bases. But the tickets don't bleed when it comes to the bases. Well, at least on these double base maps, as I call them. So, at this moment I'm down to 6 minutes of fuel. I've got about 500 rounds of 50 cal. And I've got about 10 rounds of 37mm, give or take. And that's the main worry here. Am I going to run out of 37mm ammo? Because most people don't think the American 37mm is that good. I do. It's just you have to get in katana range to do it. Or, shall we say, baguette range. So, my initial target was going to be the BF-109 F4 first, and I wasn't sure what aircraft it was as I dove through the clouds here. Obviously, I saw it, but I didn't know what it was until this point, and I was like, okay, where's the 109? But I decided to eliminate the King Cobra anyway. A couple of rounds of 37mm, smacked him in the wing, a couple of 50 cals as well just to add to the benefit, and there goes the P-63. That gets me my ace for the match, but we are not done yet. We have another 4 minutes of the match left. We have a BF-109 F4, which I think he was running pods, like I said, I didn't really notice. And we also have a ME-264. This is definitely a battle that really just, well, not only tested me as patience and stuff like that, but also tested the plane itself. Because remember, this is a 4-7 match. And sure, there wasn't many 4-7s in this match, but there was still a lot of highly capable enemy aircraft that could still whoop my arse. But that's a story for another day. So the Wyvern at the minute, and also one of the AI bots on my team, are currently scouting this BF-109, which made my job a lot easier. Diving in on the BF-109 F4, I was immediately thinking, has this guy seen me yet? Has he seen me yet? And the answer was no. Kill number 6. However, that has left me with 3 37mm rounds and about 240 rounds of MG left. That's not a lot, and remember, it's a 264. I put in chat scratch 6 and heading to base, because I'm only down to around 4 minutes of fuel at this point. And by the time I get to the 264, I'm clutching on 2. Obviously, I'm at 4 times speed here, so just remember. And look, 400 MG. I wasn't far off, but I had 3 37mm left. So I decided to go for it because a 264 can easily drag out the match run. I'm going to win my tickets, but you can still understand my point. The Wyvern comes in to lend a hand. I'm coming in from underneath the 264, where is the best location to actually engage the thing, and I pull up for the Death Star, because that thing might as well be one. Score a nice hit with the 37mm. The Wyvern does some damage to the wing, which enables my 50 cals to shear it off for kill number 7. And that is that. So not a bad result, I don't think. I mean, 7 kills, 4-7 max up tier, if there wasn't many 4-7s on the enemy team, but you get my point. It was a rough one, and I didn't think I was able to pull it off, but bit of positivity, just thinking what I could do about it, and just thinking, can I do this? Or can't I do this? It's better to try it and fail than not try at all. And even though this plane was unusual to me, because obviously I've flown the other P-39s and they don't feel like this one, but it's just nice to have that thought, you know? Like, even though this is quite a poor premium in my personal opinion, well, for grinding that is, I still think that it's capable, but I just had to give it the chance. And I think this match earned it its chance. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the French P-39 Q-25, and I will see you all on the next one.